All right, time for another Dr. Squatch review. Today, I'm going to rank all 27 of the Dr. Squatch soap scents. All of these soaps have good ingredients. There's none that are bad. It's just I am ranking them primarily by my favorite scents and secondarily by the texture and ingredients. A few months ago, I made a video ranking all 19 of the Dr. Squatch soap scents, and then they added 4 new ones to the catalog, and then a couple months later added another 4 to the catalog. So I decided I was going to make an entirely new video ranking all 27 of the Dr. Squatch scents and revising some of my previous rankings since my mind has changed a bit since I made that video. So here's my updated rankings of all 27 Dr. Squatch soap scents from worst to best. Starting at 27, coming in strong or coming in stinky is Birchwood Breeze. When I first smelled this out of the box, I actually liked it, but these bars change after you lather them. They tend to get stronger, which is typically a good thing, but with Birchwood Breeze, not so much. After using this, the scent made me sick to my stomach. I went into my bathroom a couple hours later and the smell lingered and it nearly made me gag. But I will admit, this is a high quality bar soap. You can really feel the ingredients in there. The texture is nice. It has medium grit. I just can't stand the smell, but if you like the smell of this, this is a high quality bar soap. When I was a kid, I used to collect these Masters of the Universe action figures, and there was this one villain named Stinkor, and he had a bit of a skunk scent, and that's what Birchwood Breeze reminds me of. Number 26, Nautical Sage, now known as Alpine Sage. The scent is just very bland. It doesn't have much of a scent at all. It's very underwhelming. A lot of people bragged about it before I ever ordered any Dr. Squatch soap. I saw people raving about how much they loved Nautical Sage. So obviously I had high expectations. And when I smelled it, it was very underwhelming and just very plain. It did not have a good strong scent like they had been bragging about. If it had not been for the high expectations, I would just think this is an average bar soap because really I think that's what it is. I actually just use this as hand soap at my sink now, and it's okay for that. Number 25, Chalky Milk. There's nothing wrong with this. I just don't like chocolate as a scent for my soap. Yeah, it smells like a chocolate bar. There's really not a lot to say here. With that in mind, though, it is a quality bar soap. Chalky Milk is a limited edition soap, so it's not available on the website very often. As far as these limited edition soaps, you can actually find them on eBay, but they're typically way overpriced. But if you dig around for a while, you can usually find one that's reasonably priced. Number 24, Freedom Fresh. This is a limited edition soap, so it's not available on their website very often. It looks nice, but it's very flat. You can't feel any ingredients. There's no exfoliant or grit. It doesn't have much of a smell. It's very underwhelming. It does smell fresh in a way, but it's very generic. It just doesn't have a good scent. I was expecting more from this bar, so I was disappointed. It smells like grass to me. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. It looks good. The swirl looks nice, but I prefer to have more ingredients and stronger exfoliant than a swirling pattern. Number 23, Cold Brew Cleanse. Just like the chocolate one, this one does not smell bad. I just don't want my soap to smell like coffee. And honestly, this doesn't really smell that much like coffee. This actually smells sweet to me. This actually has like a cream scent to me. I'm not sure why, but that's how it smells to me. But the reason that I rank this above the coffee and the Freedom Fresh is because there is exfoliant here. You can feel these ingredients. The texture feels really nice. See it there? The scent is not bad. I just prefer a different scent for a soap. Number 22, Area 51 brick. This is a limited edition soap, so it's not available on the website very often. This smells a lot like Freedom Fresh in my opinion. It smells like grass. It smells fresh. It even has, to me, it has a tad of a grape scent. I don't know why, because it's not listed in the ingredients, but it smells like grape to me for some reason. It's not a bad scent. It's just underwhelming. It's just not anything to brag about. Number 21, Eucalyptus Greek Yogurt. This one doesn't have much of a scent, but you can tell the ingredients are really good and that it's going to moisturize your skin really well. So if you're looking to get bars based on the scent, this one is not that good, but if you're looking for ones that's really good on your skin, this is one of the best. Coming in at number 20, Cedar Citrus. This is a good bar soap, but the scent is underwhelming to me. It is cedar citrus, but for some reason I was expecting the citrus to be stronger, and I was expecting to smell orange, lime, lemon, something like that. But it really is a subtle scent of cedar, which is what it's advertised as, cedar citrus. But I don't really smell much citrus. I just smell a very subtle scent of cedar. The texture is nice. You can feel the ingredients. This is a good bar soap, but I just personally found that it was underwhelming and was expecting more from it. Number 19, Bow Chicka Wow Wow. This is a limited edition one, so it's not available on their website very often. This smells like chocolate covered strawberries to me. This is not a bad scent, but just like the coffee and the chocolate milk, I don't really want my soap to smell like this. It is a pretty decent scent though, just definitely not one of my favorites. Next up, number 18, Moon Rock. This is another limited edition soap, so this is not on the website very often. The best feature about this one, the scent is okay. I said that I thought it smelled like Laffy Taffy. I don't know. It really smells like blue raspberry Laffy Taffy to me. I don't know why. I don't think any of that is in the fragrance, but for some reason it's how it smells to me. So it's an okay scent. It's not really good, but some people like it, some people don't. But you can see the texture on this one is really nice. And that is the strongest feature of this soap. And that's why it's as high as I have it. It boils down to what you're looking for in a soap. If you're looking for a soap that smells really nice, I'd pass up on Moon Rock. But if you're looking for one with nice ingredients, then you might like this one. Number 17, Mars Bar. This is a limited edition soap, so it will not be on the website very often. The scent is decent. I want to like it more than I do. I think it's a little too loud for me. It smells similar as the Drunken Pumpkin, which I will go over later. But I'm thinking this one smells more like a perfume, where Drunken Pumpkin smells more like a cologne. This one is a little too loud for my liking. If it was toned down more, I'd probably like it a lot better. Of course, if you're looking for a loud scent, you may really love Mars Bar. Some people really like it. Number 16, Crisp IPA, now known as Grapefruit IPA. When I first smelled this out of the box in my first impressions video I made back in 2019, I absolutely hated this one. It was my least favorite of the entire bundle. But after I lathered it up and used it, it actually smelled a lot different. Like I said, these soaps smell different after you lather them up. And I have gotten to where I actually like the smell of this one. The grapefruit is toned down now. When you smell it before you lather it up, it's really strong. but now it's very subtle, and so are the beer hops. And now it has a pretty good scent. It's not one of my favorites in the Dr. Squatch catalog, but I do like it a lot. And it does have a nice texture, and you can really feel those ingredients in there. Number 15, Dark Side Scrub, and number 14, Ruthless Rinse. Both of these are part of the Star Wars collection, which are both limited edition soaps, so they won't be available for long. The reason I'm doing these together is because of how similar they are. Dark Side Scrub is just Ruthless Rinse with charcoal swirled in. The red part on this Dark Side Scrub smells nearly identical to the Ruthless Rinse. But then when you smell the black part, that smells like charcoal. So basically you have two scents in one bar here. The red smells totally different and the black smells totally different. So it's almost like you have two scents in one bar. The good thing is they both smell pretty good. Ruthless Rinse is made up of dragon fruit powder, and you can really smell that dragon fruit. And that's what the red portion of the Dark Side Scrub smells like as well. And then when you smell the black, it smells like charcoal. They're both heavy grit. The texture is nice on both of them. It's just, do you prefer your soap with charcoal or without charcoal? That's the difference. Overall, I do like both of these soaps. I just don't love them. Number 13, Only Hope, which is another part of the Star Wars collection and a limited edition soap, so it will not be available for long. I talked about this on my Star Wars review, and I said that I cannot pinpoint the scent of this soap. And I still haven't been able to. No one left a comment being able to pinpoint the scent of it either. So I don't know what this smells like. I do like it. I don't love it, but I do like it. I have used it a few times and it's pretty good. Not one of my favorites, as I probably won't order it again, but I will enjoy using this bar. Number 12, Frosty Peppermint. This is another limited edition soap, so it's not available very often on the website. This smells like a candy cane. This is one of my favorite scents of the entire catalog, but the reason I've dropped it all the way down to number 12 is because of how incredibly weak it is. After you take a shower, you do not smell this anymore. The smell is instantly gone. So I really feel like they skimped on the quality of this bar and just used peppermint essential oil to cover it up. Because you feel the texture, it's just a flat surface. There's no grit, there's no exfoliant. You can't feel any ingredients. You just see a candy cane swirl pattern to try to distract that there's no exfoliant or grit or any nice ingredients. This is the most disappointing bar in the entire catalog, because if the ingredients were in there like they should be, this would be in my top 3 because I love this scent. I wish I could recommend this one, but I can't. But I do have an alternative recommendation coming up later in the video. Number 11, Bay Rum. I really like this one. The only problem I have with it is I wish the scent would last longer. I wouldn't say that it's weak, I just wish that it was stronger. After you use it, the scent does not linger for very long, which is fine for some people, but I personally like for the soaps to linger on my skin for a while. And this fades away pretty fast. But it is good while it lasts. It smells like a spice cake. There's other scents on this list I would recommend before this one, but if you like more subtle scents, then I would definitely recommend Bay Rum. Alright, it's time to crack the top 10. Coming in at number 10, Deep Sea Goat's Milk. This is not the best scent on the Dr. Squatch catalog, but it does have the nicest ingredients. I would rank this number 1 out of the whole catalog, as far as texture and ingredients go. I've used this a lot, so it's really small. It's almost used up. But you can see the ingredients in there. This isn't the best scent in the catalog, but this is the best moisturizer for your skin. Look at those ingredients. I would say this bar definitely would moisturize your skin better than any of the other ones, and I don't even think it's close. The reason this is not higher on my list is because I'm doing my rankings primarily by scent and secondarily by ingredients. But if I was doing this by ingredients, this would be number one. And this does have a good scent. It's just that the other soaps have added fragrances that make them smell better, in my opinion. But overall quality, this may be the very best they have in their entire catalog. So I would definitely recommend for everyone to at least try this one time. Up next, number 9, Drunken Pumpkin. This is another limited edition soap, so it will not be available on the website very often. I love the scent of this one. It smells like a cologne. When I first smelled it out of the box, I thought it was too strong. After I lathered it up and used it, it became a bit more subtle, and I like it a lot more now. Like I said earlier, it smells similar to Mars Bar, but this smells more like a cologne, whereas Mars Bar smells a bit more like a perfume. The downside of this one, the reason I don't rank it higher, is because of the texture. You don't feel any ingredients, no grit, no exfoliant. It's just a flat surface, and they make up for it by putting a great fragrance in it. But overall, if you like stronger scents, I would definitely recommend this one. If you don't like strong scents, this one's probably not for you. If you go on eBay, you can find a bar of this. It's probably going to be overpriced, but if you dig around for a while, you can probably find one that's not too expensive. I actually think Dr. Squatch should consider adding this to their catalog full time. Coming in at number 8, Wisdom Wash. This is another part of the Star Wars collection and is a limited edition soap, so get it while it is available. This is by far the best of the Star Wars collection. If you could only get one out of the Star Wars collection, definitely try Wisdom Wash. It has a very strong citrus scent. It smells like lime. And the texture feels really nice. It says it has 0 grit, but it looks like it's heavy grit. If you want to be wise like me and wash yourself in wisdom, then use Wisdom Wash. Do it! Do it! Number 7, Cool Fresh Aloe. This has a great scent. It does indeed smell very fresh. This is one of those rare soaps that pretty much everyone would like. Maybe not everyone would love it, but very rarely is somebody going to dislike it. It just has a very classic, clean scent. It reminds me of Irish Spring without the chemicals. So if you're on the fence about trying one of the Dr. Squatch scents, you can't go wrong with Cool Fresh Aloe. Number 6, Irish Cream and Whiskey. This is a limited edition soap, so it is not available on the website, but Dr. Squatch, you seriously need to consider adding this to your catalog full time. I love the scent of this. I'm very disappointed that I cannot order any more bars from the site, so I'm actually not using this anymore. I keep this on a soap dish in my room so that I can sniff it every now and then and enjoy the scent, because once this bar is gone, I'm not going to be able to smell it anymore. It smells like what the title suggests, cream and whiskey. The whiskey is very subtle, but it's there, and the cream is very sweet, almost like a vanilla. When I first reviewed this, I said that it was too sweet, that it upset my stomach, and it did at that time, but after I used it a couple times, I got used to it. And now it doesn't upset my stomach at all. But it is really sweet. But I love this scent. I definitely think it is the best out of all the limited edition soaps. On the downside of this one, the texture is just very flat. You don't feel any ingredients. You don't feel exfoliant or grit or anything like that. But the scent makes up for it. Otherwise, if the texture was better and there was more grit, this would actually be number 3 on my list. So Dr. Squatch, you seriously need to add this to your catalog full time. All right, top 5 coming up, and the good news is these are all available on the website full time. Coming in at number 5, Fresh Falls. This is very much like Cool Fresh Aloe, but I like it just a little better. Not a lot better, but a little better, because Cool Fresh Aloe is really good too. This is definitely one of my favorite scents in the entire catalog. Like I said, Cool Fresh Aloe reminds me of Irish Spring, and this reminds me of Irish Spring Sport. This says 0 grit, but the texture is really nice, and it does actually feel gritty. You can feel the quality ingredients in there, and that is why I ranked this one ahead of Irish Cream and Whiskey. I prefer the scent of Irish Cream and Whiskey, but the texture on this one is way better. This is one of the recent ones they just added to their catalog a few months ago, and I think it's a great addition, and I'm really glad that they chose to keep it full time and not just a limited edition soap. And not that aesthetics matter, but aesthetically, I think this is the nicest looking bar of soap in the Dr. Squatch catalog, but of course, I'm partial because my favorite color is blue. But even if you don't like blue, I still highly recommend this soap. Coming in at number 4, Pine Tar. On my first impressions video I made back in 2019, when I smelled this out of the box, I did not like it. But once I lathered it up and the scent changed, like I said they do on a lot of the bars, this smells awesome. So this is now one of my favorite scents in the entire catalog. And of course, this one is known for being heavy grit. You can definitely feel the sand and the oatmeal. You can feel those ingredients and the texture. It feels really nice. So you can tell just by looking at it that it's definitely a high quality bar of soap. And it smells really nice after it's been lathered up. Coming in at number 3 is one that I feel is very underappreciated and doesn't get any recognition, and is one of my top favorite in the entire catalog, Spearmint Basil. This smells so good. If you like mint, if you like spearmint or peppermint, this one is awesome. This is the alternate recommendation I had when I was talking about Frosty Peppermint, because the difference is you can feel the ingredients and the texture here. It feels nice, whereas the Frosty Peppermint just feels like a flat surface and like they just made up for the lack of quality with the peppermint oil fragrance. But here, this is quality inside the soap. You can feel it. You can smell the spearmint. You can smell the basil. This is a very high quality bar soap. And I don't know why no one else talks about it. It gets no appreciation, no recognition, no attention. I've never even seen anyone else talk about it. I guess I'm the only one who really loves it. So if you like to smell a peppermint or spearmint, I highly recommend you give Spearmint Basil a try. Number 2, Wood Barrel Bourbon. I love the scent of this one. It smells very similar to Drunken Pumpkin, but it's toned down, it's more subtle, and it's just a superior bar of soap. The texture is nice. You can feel the ingredients in there. It's medium grit, and you can see it looks pretty gritty. Feels nice, feels way better than Drunken Pumpkin. And the good thing about this one is it's on the Dr. Squatch website all the time, so you can go there now and get it. And like I said, after you use these bars and lather them up, the scent changes. So much did you know that when I first smelled Birchwood Breeze out of the box that I liked it, and that when I first smelled Wood Barrel Bourbon out of the box, I didn't like it. I didn't hate it, but I thought that it smelled like a ripoff of Drunken Pumpkin, and I was very annoyed because I thought that Dr. Squatch was being very lazy. But after using this in the shower, I loved it. And after using this in the shower, I hated it. So no, I no longer think that this is a ripoff of Drunken Pumpkin. This is a far superior bar of soap. The scent is better and the ingredients are way better. So I'm really glad Dr. Squatch added this full time and did not make this one a limited edition soap. All right, it's time for number one. Are you ready? All right, coming in at number one, Birchwood. And coming in at number one, Gold Moss. I love this scent. It's hard to describe. I would say it smells a bit like oak combined with brown sugar, but it's still masculine. It's like a subtle cologne. This is the perfect blend. It's not overpowering and it's not underwhelming. It's just right. The texture is nice. You can feel the quality and the ingredients in there. It says it has 0 grit, but as you can see, it looks like it does have a little grit in there, and it feels like it does when you use it. This was the first bar of Dr. Squatch I tried in the shower, and 27 soaps later, it's still my favorite. But Wood Barrel Bourbon is a very close second. I love this scent. They should make a Gold Moss cologne. To me, this is the perfect bar soap, and I think everyone should try it at least once. In my opinion, Gold Moss is the best soap in the entire Dr. Squatch catalog, and that's a fact. You can agree with me, or you can be wrong. The choice is yours. So that's my rankings for all 27 of the Dr. Squatch soaps. Leave me a comment and let me know which ones are your favorites. Do you agree with me, or are you just argumentative? If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing. Thanks for watching, and God bless. So right after I finished recording this video, look at the email Dr. Squatch just sent me. So here's soap number 28, Stone IPA. Review coming soon. 828. Over and out.